Mr. Fares, how you doing, my brother?
Tafares, welcome, sir. We're live now and we're preparing to kickstart. Thank you for being around, Dr. Olawale. Thank you, sir. PA to Prof. Oladipo, Dean of Faculty of Education, University of Lagos. Good to have you, sir. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
We can hear you. Very
So
well, sir.
am I good to go to kickstart?
No, hold on, sir. Hold on. Tennyson Jaja, kindly make Dr. Lawale co-host so he could share his screen, probably, if you have that in mind.
Okay, sure, I can.
Yeah, Mr. Tennyson, kindly make Dr. Lawale co-host. Thank you. Thank you so much. Make Mr. Bash also co-host, Mr. Fares co-host, so we can shoot now.
Is my screen visible to you all?
100.
It's okay. But before we start, it's important we greet every one of you. Welcome to today's Accurate Knowledge and Information Revolution, one of the global clusters revolutionary concepts that is being established to help change our nation to better our continent and to better ourselves, to empower us and to make us a better individual. Yes, before we start, as our custom and tradition, it's important for us to share the accurate knowledge and information introductory video before we delve in. Thank you. I'm sharing my screen now. Thank you.
Knowledge is power, and the knowledge and information revolution is about sharing it freely. We live in a world where access to education and information can change lives. At Global Clusters, we champion this revolution by promoting lifelong learning, critical thinking, and the free flow of ideas. This is more than access, it's about empowerment. By equipping individuals with knowledge, we unlock innovation, drive progress, and shape a brighter, more informed future for all. Join us in spreading the light of knowledge and transforming the world, one idea at a time. Knowledge is the foundation of progress. Be part of the knowledge and information revolution at theglobalclusters.org. Stay informed about new revolutions, events, and insights. Every meeting is a chance to grow, innovate, and contribute to a more enlightened world. The revolution needs you. Join us now.
The revolution needs you. Join us now. Yes, we are going straight into the accurate knowledge information. And so readily for us, we have the PA to the Dean of Faculty of Education, University of Lagos, in person of Dr. Olawale H.O. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir. Go on, sir.
Thank you very much for the brief introduction. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate my able professor, Maxentia, for giving me this rare opportunity to be in your midst today to walk you through the concept of accurate knowledge and information. Before I kickstart today's concept, I would like to appreciate the presence of my fellow intellectual erudite scholar in the house. And we assure you that the journey we are going to have is going to be fulfilling one. So, having said that, I would like to begin. Before I proceed, I would love to ask you or if my screen is visible to you. Is it? Is my screen
Yes, it's
visible to you?
okay. It's very okay.
And what about
Very
my
sharp.
voice?
Thank
Is my voice audible? Can you all hear me clearly?
Now it's okay. If it's not, we'll call your attention, sir. For now, everything is okay. Just listen,
Okay.
just listen to us when we will call your attention for anything. But for now, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. The concept before the house is accurate knowledge and information revolution. Looking at the slide I've shared, you would see the itemized concepts which we are going to look into today. The first one is introduction to knowledge and information. The second one is the concepts of knowledge. The third one is overview of knowledge by great philosophers. The next one is theory of origin of knowledge. Followed by that is the concept of accurate knowledge. Away from that is examples of accurate knowledge. Also, we will be looking into information and its revolution. Besides that, we equally look into relevance of accurate knowledge and information. Finally, we will have discussion on inaccurate information, its future, and potential danger of misinformation. So I pray we have enough time to critically examine each of these concepts. To begin with, what do we understand by knowledge? I am not here to dominate it, neither am I here to enforce knowledge on anyone. Instead, I am here to share ideas. So this platform will give us an avenue to contribute. So it's going to be interactive. I'm not going to dominate. So nobody is going to be passive. All of us are going to be actively involved. So if I may ask, what is your understanding of the word accurate knowledge? Can anybody explain to us what you should understand by the concept of accurate knowledge? Who wants to try?
Can respond. We can respond, please. Anyone can respond, please. Please, you have just by 6 you have to leave. So let's give our insights, please.
I want you guys to contribute. Mr. Oluwaseyi, can you try? What do you understand by the concept of accurate knowledge?
Understanding, accurate knowledge should be having the awareness of the right thing, having the know of what is right, the kind of awareness that is profitable, the kind of awareness that can make someone grow, not the one that will make someone retard, but a progressive awareness. That's a summary of what I can mention.
I really appreciate that. That's a very wonderful insight. I've taken note of that. Mr. Folabi Dari, I see your hands raised. So,
Yes, I want to give my take on accurate knowledge. To me, I believe in addition to what Professor Oluwaseyi has said, to me, accurate knowledge is having absolute right information on something. Absolute right information on something. To know the look and cranny of something, both the advantages and disadvantages. Everything about that something, you have accurate knowledge, absolute right knowledge about something. So that is, to me, accurate knowledge.
okay, that is equally noted. I see another hand raised. Please proceed. Mr. Joshua, I see your hands raised. Please proceed. Let us hear your insights.
All right, thank you. Accurate knowledge is about having the correct information, an information that is error-free, that is reliable. So that is what I understand by the word accurate knowledge. Thank you.
Okay, that's wonderful. Accuracy and reliability of information is the basis of accurate knowledge. Wonderful submission. I really appreciate you all for your input and insights. So I haven't said that let's delve properly into the concept before us. So we are starting with introduction. Is there a way we can talk about knowledge without talking about information? The answer is absolutely no. From the introduction, it can be seen that knowledge and information are like Siamese twins. What do you mean by Siamese twins? Siamese twins are conjoined twins. So knowledge and information coexist like head and the tail of a coin, so much that they are naturally intertwined, influencing each other in complex ways. So having said that, it can be there cannot be knowledge without information, neither can there be information without data. This is because data and information is the basis upon which knowledge is built and formed and formulated. This is to tell you that without data, there won't be information, and without information, there won't be knowledge. So before we speak of knowledge, we have to start with data. The correctness of data determines the accuracy of the information, which serves as foundation for development of both knowledge. So without knowledge, without information and data, knowledge cannot be formulated. It is because data and information is the basis upon which knowledge is built and formed. You will all agree with me that when someone is considered knowledgeable, it is totally believed that such a person is obviously armed with information. So the question is, where did the person get the information from? Can the information the person possesses be verified? Can it be replicated? So one thing is having knowledge about certain concept. Another thing is ability to provide justification for the source of that particular knowledge. If I'm knowledgeable about something, I should be able to articulate where and how that particular knowledge came about. I should be able to explain the rationale behind my belief of the correctness of the knowledge I have held onto. Without wasting much time, it can be summarized that knowledge and information coexist like Siamese twins, forming a symbolic relationship, meaning that without information, there won't be what? Knowledge. So that is the summary of the introduction. So away from that, we move to the concept of, in this slide, we'll be talking about the meaning of knowledge. What does knowledge represent? How do we conceptualize knowledge? How do we explain knowledge? So looking at this slide before us, what is knowledge? Knowledge is commonly understood to be information, awareness, or understanding that an individual possesses about the world. Knowledge, otherwise known as epistemology, is a fundamental branch of philosophy that explores the nature, source, and limits of it. From what I just explained now, you will agree with me that I have sounded more philosophical. Why did I sound philosophical? I sounded philosophical because there is no way we talk about knowledge without going back to its evolution. You all agree with me that knowledge foundation is deep-rooted in psychology and philosophy. So for us to have comprehensive understanding of what knowledge is all about, we have to go back to the basis. The basis is knowledge from the perspective of what? Philosophy. So Aristotle, in his book, says that all men by nature desire what? To learn. So what I'm trying to explain here is there is no way we talk about knowledge conceptually without taking it back to its roots. So knowledge is a philosophical construct. It is the understanding of concept or awareness and comprehension of facts. Knowledge is acquired through education, acquire knowledge through experience, equally acquire knowledge from research, knowledge is equally acquired through social interactions. Knowledge acquired can be shared, communicated, and transferred among individuals, group, or organization. Aside that, knowledge can be used to solve problems. You can equally use knowledge to make informed decisions, and also we can equally use knowledge to create new ideas. You can see the importance of knowledge. It's so vast that you cannot undermine its relevance to our day-to-day activity. Before I proceed, do you have any question? Or I should proceed? Can I proceed? Can I proceed, please?
Yes, you can. You can, sir. We are all here, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
You can proceed. We are all here. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. So away from the concept of knowledge, let's quickly look at philosophers' overview on knowledge. I recently said that there is no way we talk about knowledge without tracing its origin to philosophy. Knowledge in philosophy means philosophia. Philosophia is derived from the Greek word. When the two is combined together, it means study of what? Knowledge. So from the word of philosophy, knowledge is otherwise known as what? Epistemology. So when we study knowledge, we call it epistemology. So what are the views of some of the great philosophers on the concept of knowledge? I strongly believe that we are all familiar with Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, as well as sophists. There are so many philosophers who have written books on the concept of knowledge. The prominent among them are as follows: Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and the like. So we will quickly have a discussion on their submissions and understanding of what knowledge is. Plato, many of us are familiar with Plato. Plato is mostly known for his work on knowledge, deep-rooted in theory of forms and concept of allegory of cave. What is the stance of Plato on the concept of knowledge? Plato believed that knowledge is inherent in our personality. Plato is of the opinion that we don't necessarily have to interact with our environment before we become knowledgeable. Because Plato is of the opinion that knowledge is innate and knowledge is metaphysical. That is why he came up with the theory of form and concept of what? Allegory of cave. Plato, as a great philosopher, propounded that whatever we call knowledge must satisfy three conditions. The first one is justification. The second one is truth. The third one is what? Belief. So to Plato, knowledge is conceived to be a justified true belief. So to Plato, knowledge is formed through our ability to question assumption through what? Reasoning. That is one of the submission of Plato on the concept of knowledge. Summarily, Plato is of the opinion that we acquire knowledge through our rational thinking and self-worth introspection. Away from Plato, what did Socrates have to say about knowledge? Socrates is of the opinion that before we aspire to acquire knowledge, we must first and foremost identify our own ignorance. When you accept your ignorance of not knowing something, then later develop interest in knowing that you don't know. through rational thinking, critical thinking, and questioning, you become knowledgeable. If I'm not aware of a particular concept, I have to admit that this particular concept before me is not what I have information about, meaning that I've accepted my ignorance of that particular concept. After which, if I intend to learn or familiarize myself with that particular concept, I need to question. I need to engage in creative and critical thinking. My ability to engage in critical and creative thinking will enable me to be knowledgeable about that which I was ignorant of. You can see, even though Socrates was Plato's teacher, Socrates' stance on knowledge was different from that of Plato. Plato simply believed that we have knowledge inherent in our personality, and through our rational thinking, we become knowledgeable. Socrates is of the opinion that we must first and foremost identify our limit of knowledge before we begin to ask questions through critical thinking and creative thinking, for us to be knowledgeable about something. Away from that, Aristotle was a student of what? Plato. Aristotle never believed in the concept of knowledge propounded by Plato, as well as what? Socrates, because Aristotle came from another perspective. Aristotle was of the opinion that before we can say we are knowledgeable about certain things, what are the facts? How can we prove it? Without having facts or verifiable evidence to claim that you are knowledgeable about something, that you have claimed to know is not knowledge. So Aristotle believed that we acquire knowledge through our interaction with our environment as well as experience. Aristotle is of the opinion that empirical evidence is a better way to explain the concept of certain things other than depending on logical and rational thinking. So from my own understanding, I would rather say that even though we have innate knowledge inherent in our personality, that innate knowledge is not substantial and sufficient enough for us to survive in this turbulent world. However, we need to acquire more knowledge for us to function completely as human in our society. So my own submission is why innate knowledge forms the basis and foundation. Further knowledge, as propounded by Aristotle, is built on innate knowledge. So the combination or composite of innate knowledge as well as empirical knowledge make us better persons. That's my own submission. So I won't say that we are moving straight to theory of origin of knowledge. As I said earlier, there is no way we talked about knowledge without making reference to its philosophical foundation. Over the years, particularly from the time immemorial, when we had philosophers charged of the teaching and learning, some various schools of thought came into being. There are so many of them. We have rationalism, empiricism, constructivism, pragmatism, intuitionism. There are so many of them. But because of paucity of time, I'm going to limit my discussion on theory of the origin of knowledge to these three theories. So when we say theory of origin of knowledge, we are talking about the perspective from which knowledge is being conceptualized or defined over the years by various philosophers. So we are starting with rationalism. From the word rationalism, what does it mean? This rationalism is a school of thought that strongly believe that through rational thinking, we can solve our problems. We can acquire knowledge that can be used to solve problems pragmatically if we can engage in rational thinking. That is the summary of rationalism. Rationalism championed by Plato, because Plato was of the opinion that through our rational thinking, we are able to acquire knowledge that will be used to solve our immediate problem. Another one is empiricism. Empiricism is a derivative derived from the word empirical. We have the David Hume, we have John Locke. These are the prominent empiricists. These theorists believe that knowledge is not only acquired by total dependence on our innate ability. This theory posits that all knowledge or justification stems from sensory experience and empirical evidence. Sensory experience in this context means our interaction with our environment. Sensory experience has to do with the use of our eye to acquire information from our environment, the use of our senses in general to acquire information. When we acquire this information, then we interpret this information. Our interpretation of this information will make us informed. We make us to be much more knowledgeable about that we have perceived in our environment. So empirism works side by side with cause and effect, as well as perception. Perception is a process of interacting with your environment through your sensory organs. You collect information from the environment, you store the information, you organize the information, you analyze the information, then finally you interpret the information. So empirism is of the opinion that knowledge is acquired through our interaction with our environment, as well as our experience with others. What about constructivism? Constructivism is another theory of the origin of knowledge that posits that we are not expected to be failed. Instead, we are expected to develop our own knowledge by leveraging on our prior experience. That is where the concept of priori and posteriori comes into play. If I may ask the house, what do you understand by the concept of priori and posteriori? Can anybody tell me the difference between the two concepts?
Yeah.
Priori and posteriori.
Well, priori is about, excuse me, sir. I believe priori is talking about the previous knowledge about something. What you know about the concept, as in your previous experiences about something prior. That is like an educator now, before you introduce your learners to a new concept, you should take in consideration what is their experience about it before. Have they been taught before? If they've not been taught before, what about any experience they've been able to come in contact before that learned thing?
Yeah, that is wonderful. That's very correct. What about posteriori?
In particular, then post. Thank you.
Okay. Don't forget that empiricism is a theory that posits that knowledge is acquired or built from our interaction with environment through sensory perception and experience. In empiricism, knowledge is spoken of as posteriori, meaning that knowledge gained from experience. Why priori means prior knowledge, posteriori means knowledge gained from from experience. So empiricism is the idea that all learning comes from experience and observation. So for constructivism, emphasis is laid on priori. It is believed that prior knowledge is the basis upon which we build further knowledge. So I think I've been able to do justice to these three theory of origin of knowledge. Have I? Or do you have any question before I proceed?
Yeah, to me, I'm okay. I don't know if others from the section, but I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you, sir.
I am trying to keep up with the time because of the paucity of time. I do not have enough time to delve deeply into some of these concepts. That is why I'm taking my time to explain them superficially.
Don't worry, sir. You can actually share your slide with us in the. Are you in the general group, sir? Excuse me, sir.
I am not.
Okay, I will drop my number, or you drop your number so I can reach out to you and add you up, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so others, I want to assume that your silence means acceptance of what I've done so far. Can I proceed?
Please, let's respond, though. It's for everyone, not just me. Let's respond, please. You can just
Yes, you can proceed, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I said at the beginning of this this discussion that is going to be interactive. I'm not here to dominate, neither am I here to impose knowledge on anyone. So we have to contribute as much as possible so that every one of us can learn.
Doctor, sir, we are used to the way the ambassador trained us. We allow the presenter to give his or her presentation, then maybe like 20 minutes later, you understand? So the rest 20 minutes, the rest of us can now chip in what we have gained, you understand? Our submission, our input. That's how it has been before. But everybody have their style. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that's wonderful. As much as you are willing to learn from me, I'm equally willing to learn from you guys. So it's going to be completely and learning. So let's proceed now. The main discussion of today, the concept of accurate knowledge. When this particular topic was given to me to work on, I was not really comfortable with it because from my years of extensive reading and research, I have come to realize that the term accurate knowledge is relative. From my understanding of a concept of knowledge, I don't really think there is something you can regard as what? Accurate knowledge. The word accuracy is relative. What I understand accuracy to me might be different from what other person understands accuracy to me. So away from my submission, what do you understand by accurate knowledge? Looking at the slide before us, accurate knowledge is a source, is verified, validated by evidence, true in content, factual in concepts, characterized by truth, by Plato and solution of knowledge. Accurate knowledge is the one that is verifiable through evidence work. Yes, in the definition of accurate knowledge, there are some key words. So I expect every definition of accurate knowledge to have some of these keywords, if not all. You can see knowledge that can be verified, validated by evidence. If I can verify the knowledge you are claimed to have, can I validate it? Is it true? Is it factual? Does it have reasonable meaning? How can I be sure that that knowledge is a representation of what? Truth. So knowledge is adjunct to the accurate. If the information used in processing it is not controlled, falsified, or interpreted. When we started, I told you that knowledge cannot be acquired without what? Not information. Neither can we have meaningful information without correct data. You can see the schema of knowledge. Data comes first, information, ultimately followed by what? Knowledge. So if your data is error-free, your information is expected to be. If your information is correct, the knowledge you are going to get from that particular information is likely to be what? Top-notch and accurate. And finally, accurate knowledge is not born out of whims and caprices. It is deliberately constructed in its entirety by empirical evidence. It's not born out of whims and caprices. You don't just wake up one day and tell the whole world that I'm knowledgeable about this, I have knowledge about this, I have knowledge about this. Before you can boast of knowledge you have regarding a particular construct or concept, that knowledge must have been deliberately what? Constructed through rigorous scientific what? Process in such a way that every other person can replicate the process used by you to acquire that particular knowledge. If the knowledge you've acquired cannot be replicated by someone else, then that knowledge is considered invalid. It's not accurate. So it's not born out of whims and caprices. It is deliberately constructed in its entirety, backed by empirical evidence, and its process of evolution can be replicated under the same word condition by different entity. So I want to explain the concept of knowledge. Let me walk you through some of the examples of accurate knowledge. Accurate knowledge to the best of my understanding can only be found in the field of science. I can say this anywhere. Examples of accurate knowledge. You can see scientific fact, gravity. The law that brought gravity into limelight is pronounced. If anybody wants to counter that theory, they will have done that before now. It means the processes that were followed before theory relating to gravity came into being must have been replicated by several scientists, and the same results were gotten. So scientific facts, gravity, historical evidence, events, what there are evidences for this, there are facts for all of it. Mathematical concepts, medical knowledge, James theory, vaccine effectiveness. All of these are examples of what? Accurate knowledge. But taking into consideration knowledge exposure and social media palaver, can we be sure of accurate knowledge? Can we be sure of accurate information we get from our environment that is subsequently being used to formulate our knowledge? The answer is what? Yes and no. So, away from that, let's proceed. Let's proceed. Then let's move to information and its what? Revolution. I will keep saying it. Data precede information, while information precede what? Knowledge. Without data, there can't be information, and without information, there can't be what? Knowledge. Don't forget, knowledge what? Schema. Data, information, and what? And knowledge. What is what? Information. Information, succinctly put, is a process what? Data. A data that has been what? Processed to give what? Meaning. That is the meaning of what? Information. Information is organized, structured, and meaningful data that provide knowledge, clarifies and enables informed choice of action to be what? To be made. The information revolution. This talks about genesis, historical evolution of information. How did information come into being? It's like explaining the historical evolution of a man. When we look at the historical evolution of a man, man did not just become a man overnight. Man has what? Stages. He passed through before he become who we call him currently. So information equally has what? Stages. From time before now, we used to have oral tradition, the process of passing information from our elders to the younger ones. That's oral tradition. Then from there, we moved to the writing. After we moved to printing press before we became digitally revolutionized. Then as it is now, we have internet and social media. So evolution of information has revolutionized how we create, share, consume knowledge. The information revolution to rapid development and widespread adoption of digital technologies such as computer, internet, and mobile devices. That is what the meaning of what information and it was revolution. So let's proceed. Then relevance of accurate knowledge and information. When we have access to accurate knowledge, what do we benefit from that? Number one, having access to accurate information and knowledge, we empower us to make decisions. Informed decision will be made based on our access to accurate knowledge and information. If you have access to accurate information, your decision is going to be what? It's going to be top notch. Look at what is currently trending online. CBEX. Few weeks ago, we learned that CBEX crashed, and most of its investors lost $100 millions of dollars. Why? Most people that invested in CBEX did that based on the information they got, not knowing that the information made available to them that informed their decision was incorrect. So it was on the basis of incorrect information they made what? Investment, and you can see the outcome of that what? Investment. Most of them have lost millions of what? Naira. Some have died, some are currently bedridden in various hospitals. You can see the danger of wrong information. But when we have access to accurate knowledge and information, it enables us to be critically thoughtful. It promotes critical thinking. How does it do that? We will be able to evaluate information before we make our decision. Accurate knowledge and information allows critical evaluation of information before we make our decision. It helps distinguish fact from misconception, fact from falsehood. It equally fosters effective communication. If I'm knowledgeable about something and I am armed with meaningfully accurate information, I will be able to explain that to whoever comes my way. Whosoever intends to tap from my knowledge, I will be able to communicate effectively. I will be able to impart that which I have acquired as accurate knowledge. So that is to tell you that the relevance of accurate knowledge and information cannot be contested, neither can it be emphasized. So there is need for us to ensure that we promote accurate knowledge and information in our society. But in the absence of accurate knowledge and information, what are the challenges you are likely to face? What are the potential challenges or potential threats? Inaccurate information and its future. In today's knowledge explosion, accuracy of information is dependent on who control information. Individual, governments, and corporate bodies control information. Take it or leave it. It is whatever they want us to know that they will make available to us. I'm an accountant. When we prepare management accounts, before we have meeting with the board of management, we normally have separate meeting with the management team, telling them, walking them through the financial position of the company and asking them if they want us to amend the management account before it is being made available to larger board members. Oftentimes, we are asked to doctor management account in order to reflect wrong financial position of the company. Most limited liability companies usually have their year-end management accounts published on various newspapers. Why do they do that? They do that because they are reporting the financial position of their company to the members of the public in order to have more investors. Let me tell you this. Don't believe in what they've published, because I'm talking from experience. Most of the financial statements published on different newspapers at the end of the year, and most of them do not represent true financial position of the company. So it is whatever information they want us to have access to that is made available to us. Corporate bodies, they control amount of information they want us to have access to. Government also, they do that. Individuals, they do that. Therefore, any information perceived accurate and correct is even subjected to scrutiny and critical evaluation, particularly when such information is not known or is gotten from unverified source. So how do we know? How do we identify inaccurate information? Inconsistency. Another one is lack of evidence. The next one is biases. Another one is such information will be deceptive as well as what? Misleading. So these are the features of inaccurate information. Inconsistency information can contradict. Somebody tells you this is it and you are not convinced, then ask that person, can you prove to me that this is it? If that person is not able to prove to you that what he or she has told you is it, it means that particular information does not hold water because it lacks concrete evidence. So proceed. Potential danger of misinformation and disinformation. What are the potential dangers we expose ourselves to when we appreciate and romance misinformation and disinformation? The need to kick against the spread of inaccuracy of information is not negotiable. It's not negotiable because of its danger. Some of the dangers of inaccurate information are confusion and misunderstanding, decision-making error, loss of trust. In real-world consequences, public health risk, financial losses. I cited example of CBEX giving people wrong information upon which they acted to invest their hard-earned money. Now they are facing the consequence of that. social, when you circulate incorrect information about one tribe to another tribe, it might lead to what? Genocide. It might lead to what? Social tension, conflict, and finally, what are the guidelines? What are the guidelines we have to put in place to ensure that we promote accurate knowledge and information? Enactment and enforcement of law. Anybody found guilty of circulating wrong or inaccurate information should be prosecuted. If I'm found wanting of circulating inaccurate information, I should be held responsible. I should be made to face the wrath of law. I should be prosecuted. I should be punished. With this, people will shy away from circulating wrong information. Information literacy. Educate people on how to verify information sources and how to find out if a particular if a piece of information is actually accurate or not. Promoting accuracy. Verify information through reputable fact-checking organization. Hold individual and organization accountable for spreading what is information. Education and awareness. Educate individuals how to evaluate and use information effectively. Critical thinking. Check credibility and consider the quality and recognize potential biases and consider multiple perspectives. So, having said that, I would like to conclude my discussion on this. In today's information age, accurate knowledge and information is crucial for informed and decision making. Misinformation can lead to war, confusion, harm, and poor choices. To ensure accuracy, it is essential to verify the source of information while considering its relevance, quality, and context. Don't forget, qualitative and quantitative information is the foundation of accurate knowledge. Thank you all.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so very much, sir. Sir, I think it is very important. Yes, we'll take submission from all our participants, but kindly let me have your digits so I can add you up to our community. Your number, sir. Thank you. WhatsApp number.
070.
Okay. 070
68
6
8
68
47
47
46
46
69.
69. Okay. Kindly assist also type in the chat box as others are also adding their voice. Kindly, sir, doctor, kindly go to the chat box and just type it there so we'll pick it from there. Yes, we have some minutes to go, but it's important that every one of us hear our voice on the value that was dropped today. And as we're going on, there was the grand entrances of so many glorious entrance. Yeah, there was a glorious entrance of our president, the 001 of the global clusters, President Sir, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus. You are welcome, sir. Good to have you. Yes, also Dr. Julius Omorogu also was in there. Thank you, Madam Folashade. We see you, recognize you, Madam Shayo. Thank you. Yes, Ambassador, sir, could you have the floor, sir, if you are with us, sir? If not, permit me, sir, to continue, sir. Alayo TV, welcome, good to have you. Yes, in some minutes, just 30 seconds, let's hear our voice so that we can go prepare for tomorrow. Yes, let's have your voice, sir. Master Genie, what's your input in 60 seconds, sir, about the value that is being shared today? Thank you, sir. Master Genie.
Thank you very much, Klosiran Oluwaseyi, for all you do. Thank you, our global president, for this great platform. I greet you, our First Lady, and our speaker today, Dr. Olawale. I greet you, and I cherish all you have shared today so much. And I want you to know that we correspond with you, and we're all going to take charge and take action on everything you have shared with us today. I urge everyone that has came late to please listen to the YouTube or watch the YouTube later for anything you might have missed. For accurate knowledge and information in this new normal is very vital. We are not able to, shout it into our ears and brains enough. We cannot open our ears to put in there, but it is very, very vital that we have accurate knowledge and information of the society we live nowadays. And as our doctor has shared with us with this great information today, we need to take action. Okay, I want us to take action because there's been so much that has been shared today. So anything I want to add to it will be, please don't let it go in the right ear and go out in the left ear. Thank you so much for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you, Master Genie. We really appreciate you, big brother. You have been so wonderful. Since you have been with us, you have been enjoying value from you also. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. General Odebumi, sir. Thank you for being early. You have been part of us. Kindly hear your voice, sir, on accurate knowledge and information that was shared today. Thank you, sir. General, sir. General Odebumi, sir. So you can unmute and add your voice, sir. General Odebumi, sir. Okay, if General is busy, okay, Ma, it has been a while. We miss you so very much. Dr. Juliet Omogura, please kindly hear your voice on accurate knowledge and information that's been shared today. Dr. Juliet, Ma, kindly unmute and hear your voice, Ma. Thank you. Dr. Juliet. Dr. Juliet.
Wow.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening, great Colossians. Good evening, everyone. Good to be here this evening. Greetings to you, Dr. Adekunle Badmos, so the global president, and every other Closterians, admins, and everyone. I truly, honestly, I miss everyone here. Mr. Oluwaseyi, Closterian, Afolabi, Dari. God bless you, sir. It's been a short while, little while. I'm happy about the lecture this evening, but I'm hoping to return to the YouTube channel to listen again because I saw a lot of value on this lecture. I really want to appreciate the speaker, the doctor. I think his name is Olawale HO, from what I can see here. God bless you. You truly dished out great knowledge on accurate information and so on and so forth. It's really enlightening. From what you said, we should truly verify, information. We shouldn't just take in information and work with it. It has to be critically verified and analyzed. But I'm hoping to return to the lecture on YouTube this evening to get more knowledge from what you were dishing out this evening. God bless you. I appreciate everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to have you. We're happy to have you back again. Yes, Cluster Afolabi Dari David. Sir, the AI tycoon.
Good evening, my brother Oluwaseyi. Please, I'm not a tycoon yet. I'm still learning. So please, so I won't ask him the honor. Thank you. And our president, Dr. Ambassador Adekunle Badmo, thank you for this wonderful platform, and our first lady and Master Jimmy, Mr. Tennyson, and everybody on the call today. Thank you so very much. And our Dr. Olawale, thank you so much for what you teach us today. This lecture today is very key. It's very, very key. I really appreciate you for that lecture. Just can't wait for the pitch deck to come out so that I can go through it again and, go through it again and lecture myself more on it. So I only want to say thanks to everyone on the call today, and thank you so much for this wonderful lecture. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Yes, your master is here. Yes, Master Mr. Tennyson is here. So don't worry. You're covered. Is here. Thank you so much. Yes, Alayo TV, long time, ma. You have been here earlier, and we really appreciate you being hanging around there. Can you hear your voice? It's 6 o'clock already, so we just have some minutes before we go. Alayo TV, what's the take on accurate knowledge and information being shared today, ma. Thank you, ma. TV. Okay, if Alayo is busy, yes. Mr. Avose.
Don't copy, get used to it.
Okay, I think Mr. Avose is out. Mr. Tennyson, are you around to hear your voice, sir? Mr. Tennyson. Mr. Tennyson, Georgia. Okay, Mr. Tennyson, easy. Okay. Yes, Madam Folashade Ifegege. Kindly add your voice, ma. Then you can have plus lady, then we can close for the day. Yes, Madam Folashade Ifegege. What's your take on accurate knowledge information being shared today? Thank you, ma. Okay. Madam Folashade also is busy. Yes, let's have you, ma, or sir, or lady. Sir or ma, or lady. Let's have you hear your voice. Okay. Now, so graceful, sir, doctor. I'm with you after the call. We really appreciate what you have shared, and what you have shared is actually academy. This is real academy. Some of us that have the insight of what you share, this is what's supposed to be paid for, but you are giving this for free. It is such a good heart and an act of humanity, and we are so sure, as our leader used to tell us, that the universe can never owe you anything. We are so grateful you have touched lives. Most of the things that you dished out for free, there are things that we pay for. We pay for it in undergraduate, we pay for it even in masters, we pay for it even in the doctoral and professorship programs. But you are giving us this for free from your heart, and you can feel your passion, the way you share your insight. Yeah, we understand that no matter what is good now flying around on the internet, we should be careful. We should verify. We should scrutinize. We should take the pain. You know, sometimes it's kind of laziness. Sometimes that, you know, for us to take the pain to verify an information before you now take it in. You know, having that data, that raw data, is just like an information flying around. So it's now when you now take the information and you now took your time, took the pain to scrutinize it, to verify it. If a knowledge or an information or a data that existed 3 months, a year ago, if it's not valid this year, that means it's not consistent. That is not a good knowledge. And moreover, there are some curriculum actually that because I am talking the side of an educator, I am a teacher. You know, there's some information, there's some curriculum now that are not relevant. That's just true. And we need to look that into our educational system, because the information of 10 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, the curriculum, you are still bringing that now. To me, I don't think it's accurate. I don't think it can solve today's problem, because that kind of information, that kind of data that we had then, they're not working now. What should we do? We should upgrade it. There should be an overhauling. That's why we have research. That's why we have people coming together to question things and scrutinize and check the relevancy of what we are. Like, this is 21st century. This is the new normal. For real, what you have said is so true. From 2020, so many things have changed. And we are so grateful for Ambassador that have brought this together. Like, this is what is happening, and it's bringing it to our doorstep for free. Absolutely for free. And we appreciate all the aids that is bringing, that wonderful aids. And thank you, Dr. Lawale, for volunteering, because I'm very sure you're not being paid. I know what we are doing. You are not being paid for it. And we really appreciate you. And we pray that the universe will continue to bless you. And we don't need to pray much, because you are doing it for Ambassador. You are doing it for the Global Clusters. And the vision of the Global Clusters has never failed anyone. You're going to be seeing changes in your life. That's just true. It's 100%. As from henceforth, with what you are doing, you're going to be blessed. The nature is going to work things together for you. And you also going to be, wow, thank you. Because you're going to be wondering, where is this coming from? You wouldn't know. But this that you have done is a good cause. And We really appreciate you for all you do. Thank you so very much, and we look forward to meeting you again. I will chat you up so we can get the wonderful package you have for us, and we share to the community, and everybody can have a glimpse. Yeah, most of our people, yeah, you know, everybody is busy with matters and issues, but that is why we have it pre-recorded, so people can go back and just check what it means. The review also will come, and the purpose of this definitely will be materialized because we are all doing this together. Yes, that leads us to the close of today. But before we go, we ask ourselves every time that who are we? According to the ambassador, the visionary of this great community, we are a consortium, that is a community of professionals or upcoming professionals. Like today, we had a professional communicators and dishing out. I'm very sure that with this consistency, some people will learn this and some people want to be a professional. Yeah, he is a role model today. So we are a community of professionals, we are a community of technocrats, we are a community of entrepreneurs, or those that want to be all this, where we share the accurate knowledge of our industry, we share the accurate information of our industry, we share all these things, the accurate knowledge information that will lead to the right connection. You know, when you have the right knowledge, you have the right information, the right news, the right way, you know, it will lead you to the right people, and that is just one of the basic purpose of doing this. And we have a social media platform, the Global Clusters, and it's downloadable on Play Store, and it has its own portal, www.theglobalclusters.org. But it's not just a social media platform where you can just do all the things you do on Facebook. You make your calls, your audio calls, or video calls. In fact, it's even the one and only existing social media platform that, as you subscribe, you get instant monetization. You get reward for everything that you do. All the trainings, you have free trainings, you have scholarship flowing. You have instantly, even on the platform, you start making money. In fact, once you're gonna subscribe with, it doesn't quantify what you're gonna gain. It's like 1 to a million to what you're gonna gain. So the purpose of the subscription is actually to make everybody have money. Prosperity for all, which is the underlying purpose. Like, everybody have something to have in their pocket. Nobody is lacking in the Global Clusters. So it's very important that we have this in mind, that the purpose of the Global Clusters is to support our fatherland and make our fatherland a better place, where we come together every day to speak to ourselves, to share our information, the right information, how to behave, how to be real, how to love, how to just be a better person that will spread across the nation and help our continent be great again. Yes, tomorrow is Sunday. And what do we do tomorrow? We do people to people revolution tomorrow, like 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Hopefully, we see it tomorrow. Thanks and bye for now. Thank you. Dr. Lawley, I'll reach you as soon as I end the call. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.